Hey guys, my name is Catherine. I have Module 9, which is Chapter 23, Dramatism by Kenneth Burke, a rhetorical critic. Dramatism is the technique of analysis of language and thought as a means to influence action rather than as a means to convey information. This technique is important to know when to use in professional and social settings because you could use it to your advantage. Today I will be analyzing Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech to show you the process of dramatism. I will be reviewing the dramatistic pentad, God and devil terms, as well as ratio. We're all familiar with Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, in which MLK Jr. fought for the civil rights of African Americans. Now that you all know which experience I'm referring to, I will begin to make some inferences. Dramatistic pentad is a tool that critics can use to discern the motives of the speaker or the writer by using 5 key elements, which is act, scene, agent, agency, and purpose. So agent would be who? Martin Luther King Jr. Act is what? I Have a Dream speech. Scene, when and where? Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., August 28th of 1963. And agency is how, using a podium and a microphone, and purpose is why, the civil rights movement. Next, we have God and devil terms. God term is a word a speaker uses in which all other positive words are subservient. Freedom is used 20 times throughout MLK Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Once the God term is found, we cannot rely on the dictionary meaning of it. We have to rely on the phrases surrounding it for the definition of this word. The first time freedom is mentioned in his speech, it is mentioned alongside history twice in the same sentence. I thought that was interesting because he was trying to make history through freedom. Next, we have devil term. And devil term would be the term that sums up all the speaker regards as bad, wrong, and evil. The word injustice can be summed up as the devil term for MLK's I Have a Dream speech, and it is used only 3 times throughout the speech. However, the first times it's mentioned, it begins with seared in the flames of withering and injustice. I feel like that's pretty powerful. Ratio is the relative importance of any 2 terms in the pentad as determined by their relationship. There's 10 possible pairs, and the critic can identify the ratio of these terms within the message to determine which gives the best explanation for the motives of the speaker. In Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, I believe the ratio would be agent to purpose. And the best explanations of MLK would be his purpose, of course. Now that I've made some inferences, I will discuss how these inferences can be transferred to other situations. We can use the technique of dramatism in meetings, motivational speeches, campaigns, and even when someone's attempting to sell us something. By using these techniques, we can develop a deeper understanding of the definition of communication and how to react in response to a certain type of message. In conclusion, by obtaining the knowledge in Burke's technique of dramatism, we're able to apply this to our personal lives and possible future business deals and trade-offs when knowing the speaker's motivation is most important. The term dramatism refers to the speaker attempting to inspire change instead of the speaker attempting to convey information. This technique helps us stay open-minded when we are assessing the motives of a speaker. I hope that you use dramatism and other terms in our text in your everyday life to your personal advantage. Thank you for your time.